St. Peter's Basilica. It's the biggest church in the entire world and one of the coolest. Even the Pope lives here, so that's why I'm going to be building this in Minecraft. I immediately began working on this build by making this big square in front of the building, where I'll later be adding in the obelisk. After that I built these columns, which are part of the walls around the main square. They actually look very much like some ancient style columns, but that's because this building is located in Vatican City, which is in Rome. Then I flipped it over to the other side, and with that the main square is finished. Here you can see what I've already made so far, and I think I've done a good job with the square. Next I began making some more walls, and these walls actually connect the main square with the actual building, which I'm going to be making in a second. First I made this sort of raised part, and I think this is just here to be some sort of staircase leading up to the basilica. Now you can actually see me finally starting this building by making some huge columns. They are actually about 20 meters in real life, so that's pretty high. I filled in these walls and added some windows to really make it look like the real basilica. You also see me making this red part, and here the Pope always says his stuff with Easter. Then I made the upper walls and tried my best to make some text. I don't know what it means, but it's probably something in Latin. I made this like triangle, which is on a lot of buildings the Greek and Romans built. I added in some lighter walls with some sandstone, and I think this has been put on the basilica later because it has a brighter color than the rest of the building. Next I started working on the sides of the building, and this went fairly quickly because I was able to copy paste a lot of things I already made for the front. The diagonal parts I'm making right now are actually part of the side wings of this church. When I finished this, I could copy it over a few times, and with that all the walls were finished. Then I started working on the roof. This roof has actually got a whole lot of details, which you can see I'm making right now. I made some more roofs and did even more detailing. I also added in these two smaller domes. They aren't the big dome, but I'm coming to that in a second. Now you can see me making the platform for the dome, because this is actually a really big dome. Now I'm making the dome, and this turned out to be much harder than I initially thought, because I already mentioned it, it's really big. With that the building was done, and I only needed to put in this obelisk. I think this is some sort of monument, and it does look cool. Then I built this monument and added in these two fountains. And now the entire St. Peter's Basilica is finished. Finally, here you can see a cinematic that I made. Enjoy!